Hello there, welcome back to the channel here. I've got 1 versus 1 games here because there's not really much on the Discord. It's kind of a quiet time. It's Christmas and all that, the end of the year. Everyone's just feeling a bit sleepy, myself included. That's why there's not really been much videos that and the lack of games to cover. But got some 1v1s here today between SmokyVenus and Attack or Die. We've got Attack here in the teal or the cyan here, playing the Geonosians, and then on the other side of things we got SmokyVenus SY here in the blue, playing the Resistance. And we're here on Comet or something like that. I can't remember the distinctions between them. There's like a couple of them. But this one's got the little islands that you can go and get later on in the game to pick up the resources, because the map's kind of sparse. There's only really what they spawn, what they're sort of entitled to. There doesn't really seem to be much in terms of what's on the map. Everything's been distributed to these islands on the outskirts. These little asteroids that they can land in. And I don't know what the situation with the food is. It's looking like some Minox, some food stockpile. Just classes of berries. And Minox back to 140. Oh, what a glorious sight. 140 food. Fixes these maps so much because a lot of them were balanced around these Minox. And then being 100 food just felt so awkward. Particularly with the sort of gameplay we've got now, where we're more inclined to push these towards the command center using the scout, just so we can limit that time of walking back and forth for the workers. So you would find yourself at the start of the game, you're just permanently pushing these because you get like no break in between because they've only got 100 food. And we can see Attack's just going to push this one a little bit closer before gunning it down nearer to the command center there. Interesting that he goes for like the food stockpile. He's mined 50 food out of it. That's a little bit extra there. Maybe he feels that that just keeps the command center going a little bit more. Gives him a little bit more leeway to scout around with his scout, but nothing really to do with the scout on this map too much. There's no dewbacks, there's no nerfs or anything to contest, there's no lure to steal from your opponent, etc. So mainly just focusing on those Minox for the early game. And being no nerfs, not really too much of a worry about animal nurseries and the such. Okay, Smokey got his carbon up here. A couple of workers on the food processor. Nothing else to really spend the carbon on just now, so it's nice to just have those little excess, that sort of division of labour here, and just get that more consistent food income to keep the command center going. And then eventually they'll either want to go into, I would say with this layup and this type of map, it's going to be farms, or T1 sort of rush. Maybe you can go for a T2, maybe you can go like heavy on this, because there is actually a lot of Minox, so you might be able to skip the farms. Maybe at max 1 or 2. You can see right now, Attacks building troop center. You start building up that surplus of carbon, right? Because you've got the command center going, got all the extra workers of carbon. It's like, what do you want to do with this idea? You could build this more forward facing. You could rush your power core. You probably could have pulled like a few more workers off. You just play it the same way that people play, like going for Mountie rushes. You just get a power core troop center and like 2 or 3 troopers out, and then a medic. Or I guess it, yeah, and there, my brain getting bamboozled by vanilla things there. Definitely a medic with Geonosians. Did I just hear a worker die? No, it was the mob. The Minoc. Yeah, a medic and a couple of troopers, and they can push into, like, because if you basically hit these areas, like, I think if we played this at a super high level, we would say that this sucks, having your food stockpile right at the front of your base. If it was going to condense down to trooper aggression early T1, and just rallying them across, you would want to, if you spawn with this, you probably want to, like, early wall, light walls and stuff, and make sure that they can't get in. And that is a good counter for it, really, just light walling, because it's not that expensive. So you're going to create a sort of a dichotomy there where it's early T1 rush or super fast T2 get the troopers out. And I guess you could throw maybe the little sneaky turret rush in there as well on a map like this, since you don't really have to walk too far with your workers. And like areas like this where you're ore at the front, you know, that could be a point of contention if someone turret rushes you. This was an interesting move. I wonder how Smokey will react to this. I don't know if this is really going to trouble him so much. This would feel a little bit better on Geonosians than other civs though, simply because you don't need to mine the Nova. You can make a lot more than just the 2 Mounties. The Mountie will come in here, but if you look at like where Smokey is in terms of his development, his power core is just about finished, so I don't see this really bothering him too much. His workers are quicker by default, they repair a little bit faster too. It's maybe a little bit silly if he loses a worker to this kind of aggression. And you should really look at this as a... well, he spent more carbon than me on something that's not entirely that useful. Providing he can't do some crazy damage somehow to Smokey here. And Smokey can just maybe nail him with that T2 rush aggression. But you can see Attack starting to build a little bit of walls. Trying to multitask to keep that Mountie alive. Second one out in the field, but you can see as the second one arrives, like, Smokey's way prepared for this now. So it doesn't actually feel like that smart of a decision. These are unpowered as well. That's adds another layer to it. I guess he's maybe trying to see if he can keep Smokey just so distracted that it doesn't bother him, but Attack's kind of really just put himself behind, in my opinion. Smokey can move across now with his troopers. He's coming back, and it seems a little bit silly from him here. I think what I would rate is not actually a terrible idea, Smokey just building a nursery and making 1 Mountie just to go through the wall, because he knows he's so ahead. Or alternatively, just coming and building a tower at the wall. And then pushing through, and then from here, like on a map like this, you can actually really commit quite hard and it not really leave you so open. Because your reinforcements get to that point so quickly. See, he's gotten through the wall here. Attack could have maybe made that a little bit more difficult for him by just walking over here and placing the prefab foundation. And just delaying this a little bit more. See, slowly walling out the top side. Bottom side completely walled. Alright, already down. This carbon not entirely long for this world. This would probably be his next area of contention. And Smokey in the base now. Really not anything to push these troopers out of the base for him. And Smokey did a good thing here, just shooting the farms. It's free damage. If you can't get in and find an angle, just kill off the farms. It maybe doesn't need to do that so quickly. You should really dive in and confirm that there's nowhere you can do damage. Second troop center for attack here. Got 2 farms dying, which is a lot lost carbon. And this pressure could just be completely leveled up by turrets. Turrets here, you'll never get pushed out of this position, and then you can start encroaching. And then you lock your opponent out of the Nova and the ore here. And then like the turrets are free essentially, because you can just mine their ore. And then you get their Nova as well. I think we'll go turret, 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 turret. You know what I mean? Crawl around. And then even later, you don't need to commit so many troops as well when you hold your turrets. So your later troops can even walk over here and turret. And then you can't mine carbon later. Bold move here from attack. If you can counter attack, maybe you can find an angle and actually do some damage here. You can start calling SmokyVenus' bluff here, and this is something you probably wouldn't be able to do if Smokey took that time to build up some turrets here. And Smokey at home doesn't actually have any turrets placed. Attack is hitting the houses, so there, he's paying attention, he's going in. He could gun these down very quickly, and Smokey might find himself in a bit of a predicament here. He's not quick to place any foundations to slow this push. He's not placed any towers as far as I can see either. And attack, trying to look like an AI army right now, as he goes straight into the command center with some Mounties and troopers. He will see that power core, he might actually get that. I think he kills this power core. There's nothing to contest his troopers. They have a lot of A lot of hit points considering there's so many of them there. And Smokey going to be panicking a little bit here. This attack's just completely called his bluff. Power cord does go down. A few workers down. I say it is worth. Only thing is, maybe attack could have microed this a little bit better. I don't think he necessarily needed to lose everything there and then. And I don't really see, like, this. He's taking his foot off the gas here as well. There's been a bit of a lapse in the production of troopers. Because I feel like you should have more troopers just hitting him now. And then that's the kind of momentum and pressure that you can just win off of. So Smokey's getting a bit of a breather here. He can get back into this game. War Center coming up, which is nice for Genosians. They're going to get that free armor as soon as it completes. And they just need to research the damage. And Smokey only built that one turret. He's still very open in space. It's almost like he's assuming attack's just not going to attack him again. There's more troopers going to be coming in here. You see that armor has finished. Since their War Center's done. Coming in now, and Smokey wants to place a lot more farms. It looks like he's trying to just get out of T2. He doesn't feel comfortable in this situation. He's like, I need to get to T3. I know I can beat him in T3. Attack. It's going to get a lot of damage here. There's more workers going down, and I think we like 28 workers to 39, so 11 worker lead per attack here. Attack really just needs to close things off, finishing up his walls and upgrade his economy, just go T2 and keep the pressure on, right? Since he's got so many workers, if you think about it theoretically, if you've got 11 more workers in your opponent, you could just throw all 11 on a war. And then go and build a fortress in their base. What are they going to do about that? Not really much. It's a real struggle falling that far behind the workers. And more, and he's got the two wronged attack here, diverting the attention. So as these troopers are chasing, he's coming in here, some good micro. It looks like Smokey is mirroring him quite well. Bad angle for his attack here, and I think that's kind of going to be the end of that army. There's still opportunities here for damage, distraction, since a lot of workers just not on these farms, slowing down the food economy of SY. Often see that like 200 food surplus where people are just trapped in T2 and they've been having a bad time, and all the same here for Smokey. Attack on the other hand, got quite a healthy surplus. Maybe could have a bit more food income. I'm not sure, but he's got more overheads than just workers right now. Not really seeing it too much, but could play with a spaceport here as well. Maneuver some of that carbon into Nova into food. And the wall's going to buy him a lot of time here too. He doesn't necessarily need to commit to making so many troopers. One worker onto work. Ooh. What are they up to? It's a bold strategy, Cotton. He sort of called his bluff there and made Smokey walk away. I think Smokey should just be going straight at him right now with these numbers that he's got. Should be treating this like a game of Risk or something. He's got the higher number, just go in. Go in, win. Attack, getting some time, and you can see that food climbing all the way rapidly up now. There was maybe a little bit of spaceport up to 236, selling some resources. Needs to grab a few workers, garrison them, click the button. There we go, T3. Smokey on the other hand, he's been building a few extra troopers here and there. Another worker just going to get donated. He's going to try and wall him into his own wall, but minus one worker. He's not too far off clicking the button. He's going to take this trade. Catching attack unawares, and that should put attack under a little bit of pressure here. Once again. Smokey just needs to use this time to get himself up to T3. Click that button. I think he can with the spaceport here. I don't know about his buildings. He's got spaceport. He's got War Center. He's got two. So you can see his resources now. Just needs a little bit of food. And providing he just gets T3 in a reasonable amount of time after attack, you can get the defences that you require to just not outright die. attack a little bit a victim of his own success here. He's got so many workers because he's got so many more extra than Smoky at the moment. And not really any place to place them at the moment. I think this would be a good sneaky ore up here. Just go for his own gate and sit here. He could always retreat if he gets attacked, since he's been zoned out of this one. We should see attack hit T3 in a second. There he goes. Local man remembers he's got a cup of tea, 15 minutes in. It's a really bit of 15 minutes, damn. Time's flying. And a few more farms going down there, so Smoky's sort of trying to even things out just a little bit. Get them back to equilibrium. And it's still 47 to 40. Not the hugest lead now. 7 difference. If you're just creating holes in the wall, which may benefit him later. Good idea. Closing this out with his worker. Trying to delay any strike mechs coming his way. You see double mech factory here from attack. He already has that war center, of course, so we benefit from that. You can always get that armor, which he has, and get that range. Doesn't have the range, it's a bit of a lucky Ashman sort of fiasco here. No range at all, got +1 damage, +1 armor. Did lose a strike mech to the troopers here, so they're pretty much getting the maximum amount of value that they could. Can't speak English anymore. I guess it's because I'm Scottish. But there we go. 1 strike mech down. None of these are out in the map right now. He's T3. He can get a mech destroyer out. And actually some good walling as well. He's sort of carving up the map. He's getting his half of the map here. And interested to see where it goes from here now. Was an airbase placed down? Fighter sliding in here. Be a little bit annoying. You do have 2 troop centers though to make anti-air troopers. It's just not going to do the worst things here. The DPS of 1 fighter is incredibly muted. Even upgraded. Down it goes. Not paying too much attention there. A map like this as well, I think, is straight to heavy, well, straight to artillery would be a good idea. Both civs, not too bad with it as well. I think it'd be clever for our attack to build some sort of infrastructure here, military-wise, so that this area doesn't get encroached on. You could start pushing, you know, straight into this area. You've got to think about how the limited amount of resources here that you want to pressure, keep them for yourself, and use them to sort of strangle your opponent through attrition. Got the air transport out, deal with the walls. It comes in here with the strike mechs, but the problem is there's 2 troop centers, there's a mech destroyer. Could make a couple of grand troopers as well. I mean, even a bomber as well, if it makes an air base. Dealing enough damage at this point in the game with these kind of drops is going to be incredibly difficult, I feel. I think you're always just going to be better to switch into that looming aggression with artillery. It just slowly ramps up and starts, you know, blowing up their spaceport. It's either that or you go fully into the air and you find the angles right. They'll be chasing attack around the base for a little bit, so you need some grenade troopers as well. Trooper in the transport. The fortress. I really would have liked to see this fortress just here. I think it would be such a nice spot. And then it would do some damage too. Building it at the front. Maybe he's got the fear because he sees the army count at the moment. But he does have this wall. I wouldn't be too worried about getting it here so quickly. This is the most vulnerable area, in my honest opinion. Because it's you can push into here, deny all the farms, the ore, and then deny the carbon. And then this is the only carbon he's got. And I think he sees that right now, because you can see where the troops are going. Strike mech's coming in here, and it's like attacks realised that just only too late. He wants to build a second one, but he doesn't have the time. He can't do it while Smoky's already in that area, in the vicinity. He's going to be forced to get some units out to deal with this, and in the meantime he's having great part of his economy just completely locked out. Only 15 workers can hide in the command center, so 3 or 4 have just, you know, been gunned down by the strikes, and then all the carbon workers are going to be pushed away. They'll have to come down here too. At the same time, we've got a bit of a counter-attack. The strike mechs out in the field, not at home. Mounty's going to do some damage here. Killed the power droid, which switches off the mech factory effectively. But not really too much damage here. Going to kill 1 grenade trooper as well. Genosian warriors, they could prove quite troublesome if they sneak out into the map and Smoky just doesn't really pay attention too much. I don't really see any anti-air really. He built like, what, 1 anti-air trooper to deal with a fighter. His defense for that kind of shenanigans will be quite low, but he's going to get advanced vision of this because he sees it come out of the fortress, flying over into his base. But we'll see how much damage he can get. Workers, please. Where's my kills? There we go. 2. No, don't want to aggro onto the strike mech. It's over. It's over. Getting gunned down by the anti-air. Some poor micro there. This would be absolute mayhem if he kept that one alive, moved it up here, and then he had this one over here at the same time. Anti-air goes up here, so he's got 1 safe spot. And good range on these as well. 7 plus 3 plus the heavy. Doing a lot better than these guys usually do, but still, it's like, what, 7, 8 kills? Something like that. And in the end, Smoky's actually retreated his strike mechs, and that's given attack time to get back into this. Get his own fortress up here. Lock this area down. I like to see attack make use of this transport now, because he can go onto the islands and stuff. And there's actually holocrons on the islands as well. I don't know if neither player's really done any scouting of that. It's interesting, I don't know what the holos rules are. It seems to be 2 in the mainland, and there's actually like 2 in the back here. Not sure what the third is. Maybe it's 3 in the mainland. I can get set up here, get this Nova, get this ore. Another thing we could maybe do on this map as well is like a fast T4 into like cannons and maybe assault mechs. Because there's technically a lot of Nova you can actually get, so you could throw your weight into that quite well. This wouldn't be a terrible setup, right, when you've got 2 fortresses like this. So just fill these areas with farms and stuff. Go up to T4, build some cannons, build some shield generators. Just leverage those expensive units. Particularly against a Civ that can't send masters at you. Just rely on those out-of-the-box stats for the assault mechs. And we're just hitting that sort of no man's land, World War I trenches kind of situation. It's been divided up and it's sort of quiet before the storm, I guess. Fortress for Smoky now. Neither player are actually close to clicking the button for T4. In a map like this, it should be a priority. You don't want to find yourself under cannon fire so quickly. Not without the means to deal with that. There's a lot of angles as well, because the map's so small, where your opponent could probably just hit you with cannons where you can't touch them. Like this, you could sit here, right? You could be like here, here, here. Same time, you could be hit from like here, here. This one feels a little better actually. The way the terrain's denied a lot of the area. The wall. Speed up a little bit. Nothing's happening. We've got nothing to talk about, I'll speed that up. Boys are chilling. Fortress out the fortress. For whatever reason, it wants to go for the gate. Could hit this back, but no interest in it. Shield generator. What does it cover? Oh, it doesn't cover the... That's a damn... Maybe it does? The damage outputs? I'm feeling like it doesn't. It's really on the edge, isn't it? I feel like it should have, but... Oh, it is a stupid concept in this game, right? Ooh, holocron. Somewhere. There we go. But like this... Like, same with power, like it's barely hits the range. I guess power makes sense, but shields maybe not so much. So I mean, power, you would just say, well... Put the power connector there. Feeds the power into the rest of it, but the shields? I don't know. Just clips the thing and it's shielded. And that spaceport isn't covered. Troop center is, though. Another Geo. Flying around. But still, anyone that actually scouted the islands? It's kind of poor at this point. Smoky sees it from a sentry post. If anything, it would be clever to just go out to the islands early. That way you know you've got this, like, guaranteed Nova Nor in your base. If you get knocked off here, you're probably dead. But I think it's very unlikely that anyone's gonna, like, lose the entire mainland, live on an island, and then come back into the game. But, like, the only chance that's ever happening is gonna be, like, a Force user civ or something. Like dropping Night Mothers or Masters back into the map and converting some stuff. Gee, looking for damage here. Anti-air troopers waiting though. Okay. Did he even get one? Tricky situation. Both T4 now though. Cannon out. Attack earlier. Smoky just hitting now. It's got very limited time. There we go. Cannon deploying. Gonna be hitting this fortress now. Supply blocked, man. You need to build more shelters, SmokyVenus. That's not a good look. Second cannon out now as well. It's gonna lose its fortress at this rate. What can we really do here as Genosians? What's the plan? Any sort of attack. Picking up those holocrons. Assume that this is Parappa. Yeah. It's up to 3 hollows. It's going to be 4 hollows here for attack, and I think really you should just... Where's the mech factory? Just click F on it, man. What's wrong with this guy? He's still doing this. Strike MD, strike MD, strike. Just build more infrastructure. Then again, there's not much room. Gotta go a lot of cannons out though with that 2 fortress production. It's something Smoky can't really compete with. He's only just got a second one now. He's gonna lose one too. How long has he had this one actually? He's got 3 out, maybe he can. A little bit of repairing going on here. This guy's repairing the fortress while this guy's repairing him. Good work. The chain of command right there. But it's gonna go down. Fortress down here. Mounty's actually getting a kill there. And Smoky gonna struggle here. The troopers actually been mixed into quite good effect. Plus they get all those armor upgrades for free, so it's actually a good time where they're just sort of meat shielding for the units. It's gonna allow the MDs and stuff to actually do some decent damage too to the cannons. Cannon's undeployed here. Attack really needs to get them going. It looks like his attention at the moment is building a shield generator, trying to stall things out, get these guys into a good position. You could even just go for the cannons with the cannons as well. People do forget that. Cannon is often counter to cannon, like in AoE, the Trebs. It does amaze me sometimes though how much they miss things. See Smoky going for them. Microing his heart out. He is hitting the MDs unfortunately though. And second fortress going to go down here. And I think he's just really struggling to get anything going. He doesn't have much space to drop down like new infrastructure or anything as well. Got a lot more resources than attack here though. This is probably like the least amount of resources in T4 I've ever seen Attack have in his life. He's actually doing a really good job just spending them all this game. He's really going balls to the wall here. Going for the jugular. Got the repeaters too. Cool upgrades. Who is this guy? Cannon's all dead. He's still got his fortress. Making elite geos as well. Just, he's not letting up. Might as well just get the shields at this rate too. Come on, man. Do it. Put the shields on. That really tilts someone. I think Smokey's just feeling the pressure. Too much damage everywhere. Lost 2 fortresses. Not out in the islands. Doesn't have any space to like slam down some air bases or something like that. Doesn't really feel like there's a way out for him here. Workers going down. It's almost like you can't believe it that Attack's taking this game from him. Just processing it. Could always go to the next game though. Restore his honor. Get the win. Even getting the artillery out now as well. And Smokey resigns there. No GG, just resigns, man. We'll go to the next one. There's 2 games to come out. And it's a nice looking map. Hell if I can remember the name of it though. Do I know of this one though? I think I do. The Vine Cat, man. It's some purple looking things. This one, Attack's got resistance in the orange, and we've got Smokey, who's got the Wookiees. Attack on resistance this time, Smokey on the Wookiees. The Wookiees are good civ as well. Very similar to the civ we just played, but has that trooper lane that you wouldn't have had before. I'd say a bit stronger with the civ, much more versatile. Last one was like what, air, artillery? I guess some mech, yeah. It's more like trooper, air, artillery. Now we've got some low bills to push, just like the Minox before. They should be pretty used to that. Some Gorgs too. Selene to lure, 340 food. Some Blurgs that Smokey's just not found his yet. I'm gonna put them in the old nursery. I'm going old school, the food processor early for all of the food. Where's his Selene hiding? There it is. So I'm going to speed up just to get out of T1 because, you know, we've had a refresher on T1 and its antics. And it's quite a long video already, just from one game. But yada yada, munching the food, placing some prefabs and some advantageous spots here for Attack. It's really only let his first one be kind of basic, the rest have been just building vision around the base and stuff, maybe forming the starts of walls. You could see mounted troopers, I guess. Since we did have the blurgs, but unfortunately, I think like this one is just having a bad time here. He's not found his blurgs, so that's 3. 3 could have in the nursery, just giving him like passive food. He's not found his Selene either. Fortunately, there's a lot of these guys. Oh, it's a second Selene. Has he found that one? Where's Attack's second one, man? Can't keep track of these guys. We only got one. Maybe he munched it. I don't know. I mean, there's 2 Selenes and he hasn't seen this one. He's got his blurgs now, though. 5 in the nursery. Troop center down. Nothing cute, though. Arms going down, too. And that's kind of the difference. Is he just ignoring them? What is he up to? He actually sees one of them. That's wild, because it's like, that's 680 food for no carbon investment, so all that carbon can be power core, second troop center. And then kill your opponent. So, big major misplay there for Smoky in this game. I got a little bit of idle time there. He is eating a Sleen though. Attack is halfway to T2, whereas Smoky hasn't clicked the button yet. And it kind of just shows all that time with the nursery food, eating a Sleen, he's halfway through it as well. Whereas Smoky's desperate to click the button here for T2. Attack could honestly just go T3. I think he might. He's walling as well. He's got a pretty easy wall. If you look at the way that these clusters have spawned. Like the one gap up here. Spaceberg went down. That Sleen food, he's just a little bit short at the moment. I don't think it would have been terrible for him to eat one of these, personally. Sure, with the spaceport you can get there. Just being harassed a little bit with the scout. Ethical considering the situation though. Just 200 food short. Can't work our production, I feel. Nice sounds more. Oh, he's built a turret. Oh. Oh. I'm surprised. He's got a wall though. So he's gonna sell his ore. It's a big brain move, but this ore is probably actually better, just reinforcing this wall now with medium. War Center now from Smoky, so he's not super committing. He's got Lawton Nova here as well. It looks like he's trying to do some sort of shenanigans to catch up, get to T3. Spaceport next, I assume. A Lawton Nova actually. Maybe he's just switched into a T3. Yeah. So he's not even going to try and waste any time. It's a smart move considering the situation. He can't get through the walls. Not easily. Worker fighting the cats out here, the vine cats. Gonna build something, maybe a sentry post. Some prefabs on the walls. Smoky actually clicking the button a little bit quicker than Attack this time. Attack just struggling on that last 200 foot or so. Did build that turret, and the turret kind of for nothing. That's not in range, is it? Am I mental? Surely not. I don't know if I should be able to tell or not. I've played this for a long time though. My brain says no, but I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Is it? Oh, just barely. Okay. Maybe I'm a little bit underestimating the power core. It's been a while. What's even happening, man? Just wall in T3. Nothing. It's pure passivity. This is the most action you're gonna get. Scout chasing a scout. Holy. He's taking it down at 39. Well, they're both 39. Hence. Attack just doesn't want to take the trade anymore. Double air base. I expect to see the same. Well, actually, I don't expect to see that out of Attack, even though I've coached him on it, but it looks like he has adapted finally. For too long, I've seen him on one airbase and he just loses, because, I mean, that's how it works. Air is so volatile. You do not want to be behind in air production.
Try and keep up. Where am I needed? I'll race you.
Okay, going down here. Looking, trying to control the walls. Fire's racing across though, 2 at a time. 1 out for Attack, 2 for Attack now, so he does have the means to kill these. But he can go onto the Nova and harass it, maybe kill 1 or 2 workers here. Attack's pretty quick for it, but he will lose 1 worker. We take a really fortunate repair to save that second worker goes down. 2 workers for 1 fighter. Not too bad, I don't think. It depends though. Oh, you missed. Well, you still got the kill after missing. Oh man, that's ridiculous. He didn't deserve that kill. Not after that weird miss that was on the prefab, I think. I mean, as it stands, it's what, 2 workers for 1 worker. Kind of evenish.
Channel open. Keep an eye out for enemy fighters.
And like, what, 1 fighter up for attack. Like, those things can matter versus what's that? The Yozelsk. They can matter early a little bit. Just with trying to like get control of the map with the fighters, the early fighter production. Like every extra 1 or 2 fighters can snowball the fights, right? Again, Smoky just coming ahead out there, but this should be a bit of a problem. Padawan gonna be getting hollow, free Nova from the hollow. Really helps in these kind of air matches. Not any of the civs that get them any extra Nova from it though. Not Republic or Naboo. That's second CC for Smoky. What's he been doing for? I'm curious what they need to stop it. Be careful there, clicking those buttons. What was I looking for? Yes. Just interested to see what they've been doing with the carbon. Okay. Thought we'd maybe see some of the T3 upgrades with just how long it's been. 300 carbon built up, so. Attack, on the other hand, again, it seems to be the same thing for both players. They've just been too wrapped up in the air. They're not actually been spending the carbon. There we go. We do have 1 T3 upgrade. I believe during all that, Smoky snuck in here. I actually killed off attack there. I just have 3 there, just sitting there. 4 actually. Maybe I'm just not being too prepared enough. Take Smoky forward here. Gonna even things out a bit. Really not that bad of a trade for Smoky, I don't think. Where's his surplus though? He doesn't have too much out. He's about 3. It's still 3 to 3. The only real difference is going to be in the worker count, because I feel every time this happens, Smoky's just pulling it a little bit ahead. No. Smoky been cutting workers or something? Smoky's, there's no way he's lost workers, really. Other than what he sent out to build these walls. So Smoky is his own worst enemy in this game, I think, just by not macroing too well. He's microing really hard, and he's coming out ahead in these trades, and he's killing some of Attack's workers. And if you look at them, they maybe really need to take advantage of that repair bonus right now, because that's what, 1, 2, 3 workers that'll die instantly, and the next time he gets attacked at this point. I don't think it would be a terrible idea as well to just build an anti-air turret in this spot right at the front of the base, because that seems to be the point where he's going to launch all of his attacks. God, these guys are stranded out here. That's a grim fate. Second command center up for attack here. Surprisingly, this is him only started his. This has been up for a while, but he was ahead in the worker count. Which I wouldn't have thought we'd see continue anymore. So Smoky's 2. Nope, he's still. What is he up to? Cosmetic command center right here. The third one. Well, there we go. He's maybe just struggling on food at the moment. He doesn't really have a lot of food, actually. It looks like he's been choosing to, if he's going to build fighters or he's going to build workers, and that's a problem there. Whereas with the attack space, he's just got a lot more farms. A lot more food infrastructure built up. But still relatively close in terms of things. Like, hard to really outright die here in T3 with this air antics. You can always just build a turret, you know? It's like when you're getting bullied online, they say just close your eyes, man. Just, if you get bullied by air, just build a turret, man. Just choose to opt out and just build a turret. You'll be fine. Just get the turret, man. Send every worker to build the turret. Do what Russian Blunt does and just get 4 of them. It's all good. I'm getting sneaky with the fighters. This looks like Grenooli playing right now. Flying in from the back of the base. And then forgetting about it. Going all the way back. Probably being seen on the prefab shelters. Should come in here and get a couple of workers. Attack never really being the aggressor in this game. It's pretty much all been Smoky the entire time. I'm sure Smoky will be feeling a lot better about that this time rather than the last game. Gets onto the hill there, tries to take the trade, but kind of a numbers game. I think Tank just cleans that up quite well, but he did lose a few workers. I think things are going to get sort of quiet now for a little bit. See Attack moving around, and he might sneak around the map now. And players are just going to kind of focus on building their economies. Farms and workers, man. Farms and workers. In comes Attack. Where's Smoky's there? Has he not been building any? This is going to cause him an issue. I almost feel like he's trying to cut some corners and go T4. I think I'm in a bit of a predicament here, but did kill quite a few of those fighters and actually have the DPS of this force. These two turrets cover this too well. No way he can stand in there. That one goes down as well, and he should be free to. I think I might go into T4. Heavy weapons factory, I'm not sure why. I think it would have been better to save that carbon. He's actually quite close. Just needs that little bit of food. Game like this where they've been trading so much, interceptors are going to hold so much value if they get to T4 quickly. I'd be able to just build a couple of interceptors, a couple of fighters, and go into your opponent's space like that if you hit T4 before them. Harass with that. Use the interceptors to get better trades, and then fighters for the DPS and the workers. It's a little bit awkward on this one to just forward somewhere good, especially with how they've layered their walls and stuff. And you got the river as well, you can't build on really. These bits. Build probably on this and on this, but just mess up the placement a little bit. And you got trees and stuff. Polychron for Smoky. Two on this side. Attack actually up to 8 T4. So he's really cut some corners. Or has he though? He's almost had so many farms. I think he just really built up that surplus food.
Channel open.
Got quite a few fighters too. I think Smoky could be in trouble here. He's got so much resources and he's just not clicked the button. And he's got like 5 workers. He's got so many workers queued up as well. That's so much food he's actually got. I think he could have clicked up like a long time ago. He's just missed that opportunity, whereas Attack's gone as soon as he can here. And yeah. I mean, are we going to be surprised? No, shields away to finish. All the works here. Fast fighters too. Smoky's in trouble. Being an anticlimactic classic vanilla tier death here to air. T4 air. My opponent beat me to T4, so I died. See, if he's at least T4 right now, he can build some interceptors, regardless of whether he's got shields or not, and just rely on that like extra range. Because it's 6 range versus 3. You get a good trade regardless. And in they come. Everyone's going to be forced to garrison. Oh, some batteries down though. This area's fine, at least. Got a fighting chance. This area not so. It does have good garrison coverage though, actually. The 2 CCs, so that's 30 workers, right? And he is on the way. I think with this anti-air infrastructure, and just a few interceptors, you can survive. Might want a garrison. Ooh. Many dead. He's still got the same amount of workers though. Okay, attack's got 4 more workers than him, I think. And he's lost all his air, so I mean, even. Really? He's got 2 hollows now too, which is nice. His attack have any? No attack's got, oh, it's so even, man. 2 hollows to 2 hollows. This is some bold end here. They've got a grudge. Heading straight across the map now. I'm building some interceptors. He's maybe thinking about, is he going to air me now? It doesn't look like it, but like, what's the plan here for these guys now? The air attack's been done. You need to transition into something else. It looks like attack's heading towards mechs, right? That's 2 mech factories going up with some purpose here. Even making use of the power from the fortress. But what's Smoky? Smoky doesn't seem like he's got a plan. Like, we would think artillery, right? With that sieve. That would be pretty nice. Or troopers, mounties maybe. He's still making anti-air. Making a new battery. Making interceptors. And everything else that's not like air or anti-air related is just off. Ain't much happening. Just go for a really big boom at the moment. Every CC saturated. No food. No food in store. New power core at the front. Maybe this got some purpose. There's gonna be some stuff wrapped around it and will give us an indication what Smoky wants to do for his strategy here in T4. See attack stuff. Lighting. I guess just mech. He's got cannon out. Maybe planning to kill some of this wall. Just forgotten about it. Nothing happening. I'm sitting thinking about the roast I've got in the oven right now. What time I'm going to take it out. Some real sleepy time gameplay right now. It's like the Cold War, man. There's no actual war. They're just arming themselves. As many interceptors as they can manufacture, just in case. There we go. Some workers moving out here. Maybe grab up that ore. Maybe build some fortresses or something. Oh, I'm yawning. It's over. Troop center. That fast fighter. Big air lane here for Smoky. Where's the damage? Where's the armies? There's a lot on ore. There we go. Moving out on the map. Some fighters, some interceptors. Finally something. Maybe hit up there in this top quadrant? So glad interceptors can't look down anywhere. There's basically just mini A-wings. There we go. Bit of a trade. Interceptors. Even-ish. Yes. Back to the drawing board, I guess. Not really any damage out of that. They're kind of just trading well with one another. Not really much happening. Oh, Max with really not much upgrades though. I think we're going to be rating attacks chances here quite heavily. He's got so many more War Center upgrades right now. And just a better mech tech tree in general. I'd really like to see Smokey just going into troopers, in all honesty. I think that's something that, providing he's already got interceptor tech and that resistance is going to struggle with a little bit. Because their strike mechs don't go up to heavy. So in comes attack here. Pretty much just moving into the fortress right now, which is an interesting one. More fighters though, and then the MDs are coming now. I've gotten a round of upgrades. They seem a little bit better now. Kind of just throwing that all away from attack, and then he's going to do it again. What's he up to? What are you doing, son? That's bad. That's a huge throw from attack. That's a lot of resources he's just thrown away. A lot of army. And he was looking much better on paper. It's like, are these games like popular in some country somewhere and they're betting on them? Is attack like taking a dive? What is that? What were the odds? Here comes the air again. Quite a few workers dying. Nothing with real substance behind it though. I'd like to see Smokey get set up here in this position. Get a shield generator. And get some cannons out and start pumping some units out of these many buildings he's got over here. Reinforce that position. Interesting, one worker slowly but surely gonna mine it all. More workers going down for attack here. Very reliant on the interceptors, and if he keeps getting outmaneuvered, well, real casualties every time that happens. Real consequences. More workers being killed. This is the most bold cannon of all time. You'll learn this one from Lucky Ashman. But he just doesn't have the stealth tech that Lucky Ashman has. Unfortunately. Only got 2 shots off there. And in comes attack with more army now. Typically, he did it in the wrong order, right? Bring the army, then bring the cannon. Army, defend cannon. Nice shield situation here for Smokey. Set up here. His upgrades looking just a little bit better. Another cannon going down here. Both not wanting to mess the issue at the moment. I think if they did collide, I would say attacks should really win, especially with that new surge. Really a couple of attackers and like one grenade trooper that I've seen here from. I'm not really sure what Smokey's been doing. He's got so much resources, he's just not really committed to anything. I think he's pretty well set up to just go like mass grenade troopers or something like that, and that would do really well. Or mass mounties. I think both would be solid, really, against this Civ. He needs to be careful. He's pushing into a shield again. This cannon's too far forward. Way too far forward. The fortress is hitting it. That should be your indicator that you're too close. AC on the way here. That'll be great. A lot of interceptors though. Probably can't keep it alive. Unless he makes his own. Now, moment of truth. Smokey's been making a lot of MDs, but he doesn't have Wookiee engine. This is a dam right here. You're making all these MDs and you don't have Wookiee ingenuity. What are you up to? It could have been 15% off. Could have been a sale. Could have been Black Friday Wookiee mech destroyers, man. Who comes to AC, the most bold AC? Your interceptor's arriving, just in the nick of time. Doesn't have his shields or anything yet. Power usually indicates shield generator coming. This is a situation that you just don't want to be facing, as I said. Alright, they got masters now, don't they? I forgot we added that. Totally forgot that. That's something. I don't think it really changes anything. Like, he's a good 7 in that. This is like, it feels like you need to have like ACs or something. Like when you can't make heavy strike mech, it feels bad. Can't use assault mech. There are none. So I think you need to have like air cruisers set up, and so the Wookiee A maybe will suck because they don't get much range. So they won't be a threat. But this just ball of like super space marine tier repeater troopers is a big problem. This will be annoying though, the masters can harass. They can come in here and convert the turrets. Painful. But Smokey's got him on the ropes here. And then he's got his own AC too. And Tank really find himself just in a bad spot. The terrain doesn't favour him very well now, and yeah, his army composition just not great. He got his repeaters. And this AC gonna get free shots here and there too. Probably doing him a favour killing those trees, in all honesty. I had to delete that turret. Now his economy being harassed. He's actually hit the button, which is an insane move. I think you're about to just let them kill your workers. Slowly but surely. This one's been converted. Third one gonna get converted here. And Smokey's just like pulling his army back to the honest. He's freaking out over these. Bounty Hunter finally showing up. Late for work. 2 turrets already converted, 1 deleted. Be really paranoid about getting raided by air. Building a new turret. And this, oddly enough, has forced Smokey to just like relieve the pressure a little bit and let attack get things in order. But we don't need a lot of strikes if we're going to stay on strikes. Maybe strike artillery. They can just always be able to just stay on. Like a heavy air lean with some mech maybe. And just defend some ACs and push like that. Because if you can zone out the interceptors, then Wookiees are actually going to struggle quite hard. Because they just don't have the range to deal with it on their A-mobiles. The best thing the Wookiees can actually do is just make anti-air troopers and find angles. Not really the best trade. Shields for these guys. 150 health, man. Shields. Nice, why? Just gonna keep marching forward, and I mean, this could be so much worse for attack if SY just put a few grenade troopers behind his units. Still relying on terrible MDs. Not really a lot of them left either. Well, there they are. They were hiding. Well, it would help if we had all these in the fight, rather than just sitting here. There you go. The DPS has arrived. We just push in. This are these times where you just walk in. The gates are open. You walk in, you occupy the city. Rather than shoot the prefab shelter and the shield generator. I don't really think attack's got much left in the... He's got a lot of farms and stuff, he's mined a lot of carbon. Economy looks okay, but there's just really not... There's nothing going on behind it all. Another fortress, a few mechs, so it's kind of just... He's making mechs, right, and he's never really got anything that he needs to deal with big balls of troopers. The strike mechs are not so great because they're not heavy strike mech, and they're missing a damage upgrade because you don't get it. There's no assault mech in the civ, you can't get the area effect of that. It's really just, can you get artillery, can you get air cruisers? Attackers, I don't think they're really going to be great. You can't really get enough of them, and it's quite easy for Smoky to flex in interceptors too. And he could start building some turret. He had an extra pile of ore too, so... Then again, he might have spent it rebuilding some at home and making some shields, but... GG call from attack there, as Smoky comes in with the armies, and that'll be the end of that one, so... 1 for 1 out of these two games between the two. Somewhat evenly matched. I would say Smoky's still kind of got the better grasp of the late game, but attack kind of even out there in a lot of the early game parts, so... Interesting matchup, and my cup of tea, it's been an hour, I've drank like one sip out of it. The most mild of warm. That's pretty much cold. Anyway, if you like the content, please consider liking the channel. Liking the channel, subscribe to the channel, liking the video. If you want to see more, if you want to get involved in these types of games, you can find our SWGB Discord server down below in the description field. You find one for the Expanding Fronts mod, which we play. I'll probably a link for foodly.com where you can play this game online. If you want to buy the game, if you're interested in it, I guess it's aged kind of gracefully. You find it on GOG.com, on Steam as well. I think you can actually get it on bloody EA now as well, so yeah, but anyway, if you like stuff, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye-bye.